I'm 5 News meteorologist Danny Cassidy. Remember yesterday it was almost swimmable humidity, right? It's like you could see the water molecules in the air. Well, similar story is going to be for today. We have all of that leftover moisture from the months and months of rainfall, a little bit of a steady southerly flow. It is going to be awfully muggy out there. We'll be in the low to mid 70s throughout the rest of this week into early next week. Friday maybe a touch less muggy than the rest, but again, still going to be rather muggy with that rain kind of still left over. And the big story here is going to be the feels like. The temperatures are only going to be on the rise here from today compared to yesterday, and then slowly creep up throughout the week into early next week. So that feels like by noon today will be anywhere from about 90 to 100. And for areas like Franklin, Johnson, and Logan County here in the eastern half of the River Valley, this is where we could see the hottest conditions like we usually do, but this is where we're maybe seeing closer to 110 later this evening. You're seeing 106, 107, 109. So again, no heat advisory officially as of this morning, but could be issued. And again, a degree or two difference. You're not going to necessarily feel it. So even if we're not under a heat advisory, it could be right up next to it. Otherwise, across the region, northwest Arkansas in the mid to upper 90s, other parts of the River Valley in the low triple digits. So again, it is going to be hot for us today. The big thing here is going to be how it's going to feel overnight. We're not going to see much relief during the overnight hours either. Remember, when you have more moisture, that also keeps things warmer overnight because it takes more energy to cool down and warm up when you have more moisture. So it's still going to feel like the mid to upper 80s in the River Valley, 90 there in Fort Smith, upper 70s in northwest Arkansas. And then you wake up tomorrow morning, you're still going to feel that humidity out there as you head out the door. By noon, similar story, about 90 to 100. You see the eastern half here around that 100, 101 degree mark. And then for tomorrow afternoon, anywhere from about, again, 105 to maybe as high as 110 in some areas in the River Valley. Again, more isolated with the 110, but generally speaking about 96, 97 to 107. And again, still feeling rather warm as we go into the evening hours. Now, in terms of what we're seeing for the next 5 days, again, pretty similar for Friday, maybe a degree or two cooler. Going to be just as hot, not necessarily going to be a noticeable difference. Same thing with on Saturday and Sunday, maybe even a touch warmer because we're going to get a degree or two warmer. So again, you keep the humidity the same, you put the high 1 degree warmer, and it's going to feel that much hotter. Now you might be thinking, okay, when's it going to be over? Well, not in the foreseeable future. Here's the temperature outlook for the rest of July, and you notice there's a bullseye pretty much in Oklahoma and northwestern Arkansas, as well as the River Valley and northern Texas. Now, what does that mean? It means it has a high likelihood of having above normal temperatures. This doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be in the hottest part of the country. It's just we're the most likely to see above normal temperatures. Well, what is normal? 90 in northwest Arkansas, 95 in the River Valleys. That means mid to upper 90s and maybe some triple digits into portions of next week or for the end of the month. In terms of the precip, going to be below normal, so that hot and dry season that we've been kind of pushing off, now looks like it's going to be arriving here, really starting today. We could be maybe seeing a stray shower today, but the best chance of rain is going to come tomorrow. So here's Futurecast for this afternoon. Very spotty activity, very hit or miss. Not expecting much, if at all, rainfall. So again, a lot more isolated than it was yesterday. I think the vast majority of us stay dry. For tonight, we'll have a mostly clear night, and then we'll see tomorrow morning. There will be a cold front approaching from the northwest. So this is where we'll have to see how far south and east this rain approaches, because the cold front's going to dissipate by the time it gets here. So does it have that leftover energy to arrive in northwest Arkansas? There's some indication that it could. So here's noon. You can see some light to moderate showers there in Benton County, maybe a little bit there into Carroll County as well as we head through the later afternoon. I think the bulk of it will be north of the Arkansas-Missouri border and into north central Arkansas, but some of it, again, could be here in the eastern portion of northwest Arkansas, and some may get close to the River Valley. I do think the majority of it will stay northwest Arkansas, but something to keep an eye on. And then for Thursday night, we'll clear out, and then things get pretty dry after that. So to recap the next couple of days, overall today, high temperatures in the low to mid 90s with partly cloudy skies, that southwest wind, a little bit of a breeze at times at about 5 to 15 with that stray storm chance. For tonight, pretty mild night overall, low temperatures in the mid 70s, mostly clear with a light wind. Then for tomorrow, high temperatures will be once again in that low to mid 90s, maybe slightly cooler in certain portions of northwest Arkansas due to that rain chance. Otherwise, pretty similar there for the River Valley, maybe a little bit more sunshine in the River Valley as well. Now, there is a tropical disturbance right now into portions of the Gulf. It's not necessarily a tropical storm yet, it's not even a tropical depression, but something we're keeping an eye on, and maybe as of this recording, once you see it a couple hours later, it may develop. It depends on how long it stays in the Gulf. At any rate, they could see quite a bit of heavy rain here in parts of Louisiana and southern Mississippi, but the question is, how far north does it get? For now, it looks like it's going to stay just to the south of us in southern Arkansas. So you see on Friday, some of that's going to try to start to make its way farther north, and then it looks like it's going to kind of fizzle out, maybe see very isolated showers late Friday. Then Saturday, one last final push is going to try to make its way inland, and you're going to notice that Saturday afternoon and early evening, it does get close to the River Valley. So some areas in the River Valley late Saturday into early Sunday morning could see a little bit of rain. Here's the thing though, it's not going to be much. It's not going to be widespread. maybe very isolated. Then after Saturday, that'll wrap up. All that moisture will kind of taper off, and we'll see any of that off to our east. So in general, for the next week, rainfall is going to be little to none. This is really highlighting what that chance will be for tomorrow, and then this is maybe for what we could see potentially on Saturday. Otherwise, it's going to be very dry, leading to those very hot conditions. So your 7-day forecast, I mentioned maybe a very stray storm this afternoon. A little bit of a better chance for northwest Arkansas for tomorrow. Then after that, we're dry and we're hot and we're humid through the rest of the 7-day. High temperatures in the mid-90s. Again, that normal high should be about 90. We'll be about 5 degrees above that. For the River Valley, note that 20% on Saturday. That's just due to that maybe light rain chance we could see from that kind of tropical disturbance that we're seeing off to our south. Otherwise, high temperatures into early next week. You notice highs in the mid to upper 90s, maybe getting close to 100. So we haven't hit that 100-degree day quite yet. We could be getting close as we head through the rest of July.